Welcome back. Let us go ahead of whatever we studied last time. We studied last time what is exactly axiom, why it was, and what was the basic of all this. What is basic of Euclidean geometry. Myself, Samir sir, will be proceeding further. If you have missed anything, now otherwise you have come directly to this particular video, I would request you to go to my previous video, understand that and then see this video. Okay? So here we last time saw axioms were those particular properties which were 100% true, or the truthness was not doubted, or other sense we said like this, which were very difficult to prove. So there are certain axioms which are related with, that is Euclid made certain axioms and then he started proceeding further. What he said, first thing, okay, if you have a point, that is, this is a point. We have discussed brief about point, go to that video. This is any point. Through this point, how many lines can be drawn? Do you know? You immediately will say, okay, through this point, infinite lines can be drawn. That is, infinite lines pass through single point, irrespective where it lies. I have also told you that P and PT are right for point. Irrespective where exactly that point is. Now, if I tell you infinite lines, okay, so how many lines you can draw through this? One line, okay. This is your second line. This is your third line. This is your fourth line. And at the most you can draw 10, 15, 20, 40 lines maximum through this. That is practically drawing. Practically. That is practically when you try to draw, so there are only so-called as countable lines. You cannot draw infinite lines. That is why it is only assumed and taken to be true that through a point, infinite lines pass through a single point. Then it was said, suppose there are 2 points. There are any 2 points anywhere in the space. Anywhere in the space. Then through these 2 points, how many straight lines will pass? I use the word straight line. Okay? Through these 2 points, there is one and only one straight line passing. So this is very important axiom. Okay? This is very important axiom which we are using over here. That is through 2 distinct points, one and only one straight line passes, or there exists only one and only one straight line passing through 2 distinct points. Okay? And on that same behalf, if I say you have 2 lines, then 2 lines, either they will be non-intersecting or they will be intersecting. So if 2 lines are there, right, if there are 2 lines which are intersecting, I will come to this point of non-intersecting also later on. So if there are 2 lines which are intersecting, now imagine, I will show you. This is one line, okay, lies in this plane, and this is another line which lies in this plane. Both are different, okay. Or you can imagine like this, one line from moon to earth. Suppose one line I am drawing from moon to earth, and one line I am drawing from one of the star, then cutting this line to another star. I never said that they are lying on one plane or they are anywhere. But if these 2 lines are intersecting, then they will have only one point in common. That is, 2 lines intersect at one point. Two lines which are there, they will intersect at one point. This is the most important axiom, without which we cannot carry our further study. Okay, that is two lines intersect at a single point. So I mean to say that this is the point which lies on line 1 as well as line 2. That is, the point of intersection can be called as the common point of two lines. So therefore, common point of two lines is the point of intersection. Means this point lies on both the lines. Okay, these were the axioms that are related to point and line. Now extending our study to the basic axiom that we have did, that is, now we will talk about the axioms that are related to so called as plane, line and point. Axioms related to plane, line and a point. So here I have an axiom which is saying, or which is very difficult to imagine. That is, if there is a line, then through this line there are infinite planes passing. Okay, that is through a single straight line, infinite planes pass. So I can make you understand it like this. That is, imagine this is a plane, okay, and this is the line. Okay, this line is here. See, this line passes through this plane, even 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 this plane. So like this infinite. Practically I cannot show you. Practically I can show how many, maximum 10-15 planes. But it is understood, or he took it to be granted, or it was very difficult to prove, but it was easy to understand. That through one particular line there are infinite planes which are passing. So here the question arises, if there are two lines, then through two lines how many planes will pass? Okay, that is, if there is one plane and there is one line, so we say what? Through one single line infinite planes are passing. So now if there are two lines, then through these two lines how many planes will pass? The question arises is that कि अगर दो लाइन है तो how many planes should pass? Now the second question arises in my mind is कि have I specified that the points are, the lines are intersecting or non-intersecting, right? So what I get, two conditions over here. That is, the first is कि if there are two intersecting lines, say L1 and your L2, then through these two intersecting lines one and only one plane passes. So I can say there is one and only one plane passing through two intersecting lines. There is one and only one plane passing through two intersecting lines. I will explain it in this way. Now actually it is not so much possible, but then to try. See, these are the two intersecting lines. Okay. Now actually if they are intersecting, they will merge each other. you can imagine an X, okay, and try to keep a book on it. It will stand on its own, right? It will stand on its own. Barabar? That means there is one and only one plane passing through two intersecting lines. Okay? But there can be a possibility that through these two intersecting lines, one plane passed. It may be possible na, that through two non-intersecting line, one plane also may pass. So they may be called something. So he got that particular idea in mind. Ki yes, it is okay that through two intersecting lines, one plane passes. Okay. But what if there are two lines and through these two lines, one only plane passed? What will happen then? Then he told, okay, this axiom must have some quality. Okay? And he defined that axiom. And he defined it to be as parallel line. So I will write the definition here as D1. That's your first definition. So what he said, कि parallel lines are those lines which lie in a plane. I'm not saying two lines, can be more, but I will stick to this particular concept of two lines. Yani, if you are having three lines also, they will talk about first two lines, then first or last line. If you are having 10 lines, the first line, second line, third line, first line, fifth line, first line, ninth line, like this you will talk. That means you will talk about two lines at what time, okay? So two lines lying in a plane, but not intersecting. If you want to write it in one single line, you will say like this, okay, two non-intersecting line lying in one plane are called as parallel lines. So they were called as parallel lines. So here, suppose these are two lines, okay, L1 and L2. Now these two lie in one plane, okay, they lie in one plane but do not intersect each other, right? They lie in one plane but do not intersect each other. Then these lines are called as parallel lines, okay? So now the question arises in his mind again, ki yaar, if these two lines are there, okay, they are lying in one plane, so I must use some word for them. What word I should use? So he said, okay, one line, through one line, infinite planes are passing, that I know. Through two lines, one single plane may pass if they are intersecting, or one single plane may pass if they are parallel. But if they are not intersecting, right, and not parallel, then those lines are called as something else that we will study further. Okay. So he said like this, कि I understood one thing, कि there are two lines also which can lie in one plane. There are two lines which can lie in one plane. So I must call this plane also something. And this line is also something. Okay. So what he said, he gave rise to the second definition. Okay. Two or more lines, if they lie in a single plane, either two lines or either more than two lines. Why not one line? Because through one line we know that infinite planes are passing. So there is no possibility that only one plane will pass through one line. So lines, that is two or more lines only can lie in one plane. Can, I said can only. बराबर? तो अगर ऐसी लाइन्स है कि which are line, that is which are two or more than two, but they lie in a single plane, then those lines were called as coplanar lines. Coplanar, okay? Co means same, plane. Coplanar lines. So coplanar lines are those lines which are two or more lines lying in same plane. Okay, they were two or more lines which are lying in same plane. So what I understood from this, I understood one thing, that wherever possibility arised, Euclid considered that as an axiom and defined it so that it can be used in our further studies. Okay, so he defined parallel lines and defined coplanar lines. Okay, now what happens further is, okay, yes, these are two lines intersecting. Then what about points? Right? If there are only 2 points, then how many planes will pass through it? So I know that 2 points determine a single line. 2 points determine a single line. And from single line, how many planes passes? Infinite. Okay? That means there was no discussion about 2 points. But the discussion came about 3 points. Okay? What he said, here there may be 3 points. Okay? There may be 3 points. Here 2 points are lying on a line. That is, 2 points determine a line. So is it necessary that 3 points, 4 points, 5 points will lie on a same line? Is it necessary? That is, see, if it is like this, then there is only one line which is passing through this, right? But if one of the point is over here, then including all point, I cannot get one single line, right? That means again the possibility arises over here that the given points which are there, through the given points, one single line may or may not pass, right? That is through one single line, that is through one, that is single points, not line, I mean to say, through the given points. That is how many points? More than 2, because from 2 I know one and only one line passes, right? तो what he said कि अगर आपके पास 3 पॉइंट या 3 पॉइंट से ज्यादा है तो उसमें से एक लाइन पास हो भी सकता है, नहीं भी हो सकता है. एंड इफ वन लाइन इज पासिंग थ्रू 3 और मोर पॉइंट्स, देन ही कॉल्ड दोज पॉइंट्स टू बी एज collinear. So he again got the next definition over here, that if there exists one and only one line through 3 or more points, then those points are called as collinear. You have studied this in lower standard. Then those points are called as collinear. And the vice versa of it, that if there does not exist one and only one line passing through 2 or more points, then those points are called as non-collinear points. So जब non-collinear points आए, तो again it struck in his brain कि there can be 3 non-collinear points also, na? Like this, right? Through these 3 non-collinear points, he started again getting judgment कि through these 3 non-collinear points, how many plane must pass. Okay, so he came to the conclusion that through these 3 non-collinear points, one and only one plane passes. Okay, one and only one plane passes through 3 non-collinear points. How that we'll see. There is one and only one plane passing through 3, this is 3, 3 non-collinear points. And what are non-collinear points? Those are 3 or more points जिसमें से एक लाइन पास नहीं होता, एक सिंगल लाइन पास नहीं होता है. ओके, नाउ हाउ इट इज टू बी अंडरस्टूड कि इज इट ट्रू और नॉट. So let me understand this thing. If I join this A and B, then this axiom comes over here. That is, through these 2 points, one and only one line passes. Agreed? ठीक है. Now on this particular line, there are infinite points which we saw in definition. बराबर? So if I join this and make a line out of it and select one point over here, then again I will get 2 points, right? That means this through these 2 points one line will pass. So I will get one line and I will get the second line which are intersecting each other, correct? And if they are intersecting each other, then through two intersecting lines one and only one plane passes. Okay, that means I can say here that is through three non-collinear points one and only one plane passes. I can show you, I will tell you a better example of this. You know what is an auto rickshaw, three-wheeler? Okay, auto rickshaw, bike, whatever is there. Auto rickshaw has how many wheels? 3, correct? So it stands on the surface because of those 3 wheels, right? Runs on the surface because of those 3 wheels. Now if you take so-called as your bike, okay, and you do not stand it, that is main stand and side stand both are there, huh? Don't stand it. Keep it like this and leave it. It will fall down. Yes or no? To avoid its falling, what you do? You either tuck a main stand, that is side stand. So what you get? 2 wheels and a side stand, and you get a non-collinear position, and you get a one plane on which it is standing. Or you tuck a main stand. But when you tuck a main stand, it does not remain in air. हवा में रहता है क्या? हवा में नहीं रहता है. क्या करता है वो? कि these are the 2 wheels, one touches the ground, right? And the 2 ends of the stand. So total 3 are there. So through 3 non-collinear points, there is one and only one plane passing. So we have seen some examples today. The list hasn't ended yet, but whatever we have seen in previous video, go through that very properly, then understand this. We will go with the basics of this in our further session. By that time, all these things must be very clear with you. I hope you understood and you are enjoying it. Be with Samir sir for the further education. Till then, thank you and goodbye.